Hello everyone and welcome to my CS24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Curse of Oak Island Season 12, Episode 20 Recap. Rick Lagina loses hope after Shaft 6 disappointment. The treasure hunt on the Curse of Oak Island took another emotional turn in Season 12, Episode 20, as Rick Lagina struggled with disappointment. After weeks of effort and high hopes pinned on the newly constructed Shaft 6, the dig once again came up empty. The failed excavation adds to a growing list of frustrations for Rick, who has remained one of the most passionate believers in the Oak Island mystery. Marty Lagina, ever the optimist, tries to keep the team motivated by shifting focus to a promising new theory. Meanwhile, discoveries in the swamp and on Lot 5 continue to build a case for historical ties to secretive religious orders. From ancient maps to mysterious artifacts, the evidence suggests Oak Island's past may be far richer than anyone imagined. Shaft 6 yields nothing as the solution channel theory gains momentum. With high hopes, the Fellowship of the Dig installed a new caisson known as RP3 near RP1 and RP2, both of which had previously uncovered promising timber associated with the original money pit. Rick was convinced that this new shaft, dubbed Shaft 6, could finally hold the treasure. However, as the excavation came up empty once again, Rick appeared disheartened. Marty Lagina noticed his brother's mood and tried to lift his spirits, pointing toward the solution channel, a natural or man-made channel believed by some to have caused the treasure to drift away from its original hiding place. Marty's growing belief is that any valuables once stored in the money pit may have fallen into this channel. Swamp Dig uncovers potential remnants of Fred Nolan's wall. Elsewhere on the island, the team uncovered a compelling artifact in the northern swamp. A wooden timber featuring what Gary Drayton initially identified as a wharf pin was later thought to possibly be a piece of Fred Nolan's legendary wall. Nolan had long theorized that the wall was constructed to help form the man-made swamp. A matching timber and surrounding boulders, appearing purposefully placed, add weight to the theory that the area was engineered by man. If verified, this could reshape the team's understanding of the island's historical landscape. Beads and Templar symbols point to Knights of Malta link. In Lot 5, the team discovered another pink bead resembling one found earlier that may date back to the 17th century. This latest artifact supports an intriguing theory involving the Knights of Malta. Researcher John Edwards and historian Scott Clark previously presented 18th century texts and a hand-drawn map, suggesting a link between the Knights Templar, the Knights of Malta, and Oak Island. The map depicted a structure eerily similar to the brick vault uncovered in the swamp. Moreover, a military button found in the same lot was nearly identical to those worn by the Knights of Malta, suggesting that these secretive organizations may have had a hand in hiding treasure on Oak Island. For over a decade, Rick Lagina has poured his heart, soul, and unyielding optimism into uncovering the secrets buried beneath the enigmatic Oak Island. But today, shocking news emerges from the island that has left fans of the Curse of Oak Island stunned. Rick Lagina has reportedly lost hope after yet another devastating setback, the disappointing results from Shaft 6. A legacy of determination meets a wall. Oak Island, nestled off the coast of Nova Scotia, has tested the resolve of many treasure hunters over the centuries, but none with the persistence of Rick and Marty Lagina. For 11 seasons, viewers have watched Rick walk the island's wooded paths, study historical documents with awe, and stand over boreholes with glimmers of hope in his eyes. But the recent efforts centered on Shaft 6, one of the deepest and most ambitious digs in the series' history, have dealt a heartbreaking blow to Rick's decades-long dream. Despite being constructed with the latest technology, Shaft 6 proved to be more than just another failed hole. It symbolized to Rick the weight of all their efforts. After weeks of digging, scanning, and descending into what many believed was the final gateway to the elusive treasure vault, all they uncovered was a slurry of mud, clay, and disappointment. The core samples taken at 105 feet showed no signs of gold, silver, or even with structures that could point to the original money pit. The sonar readings that once lit up with potential anomalies turned out to be natural geological formations. For Rick, the realization was almost too much to bear. Caught on camera, Rick's uncharacteristic silence. In a scene that reportedly left the crew silent and viewers misty-eyed, Rick was seen standing at the edge of Shaft 6, staring into the muddy abyss. Normally the first to offer words of encouragement or quote a passage from historical journals, Rick this time said nothing. Marty approached his brother, putting a hand on his shoulder. "It's not over," he said, his voice trembling. But Rick didn't respond. He simply walked away, disappearing into the trees toward the war room, leaving behind the exhausted crew and a growing cloud of uncertainty. Later that day, the production team released a statement to fans. Rick Lagina has always been a symbol of hope and perseverance, but the disappointment of Shaft 6 has hit him harder than anyone expected. While this journey isn't over, it's clear we are witnessing a turning point. Fans react with shock and support. Social media erupted as the news spread. Longtime fans of the curse of Oak Island voiced their heartbreak and offered words of support. "I can't imagine the show without Rick's hope. Watching him lose faith feels like the end of an era," one fan posted on Reddit. "Even if there's no treasure, Rick gave us something special all these years, belief," another added. Some fans even suggested creating a Hope for Rick campaign, encouraging others to send letters and messages of support to the Lagina brothers. Inside the war room, tensions and tough decisions. Later that evening, Rick sat with Marty, Craig Tester, Charles Barkhouse, and the rest of the team inside the war room. The mood was somber. Drone footage of Shaft 6 played silently in the background as Rick, visibly tired, addressed the team. "I've never asked for guarantees. I came here looking for truth, for answers. But maybe some truths were never meant to be uncovered," he said, his voice low and reflective. "I don't know how much more I have left in me." Craig, ever the pragmatist, tried to reason with him. "We've got other targets. The garden shaft still has promise, and there's still the anomaly under Lot 5. But Rick shook his head. "We keep digging. We keep finding tunnels that lead nowhere. Would that dates to the 1700s? Sure. But no treasure. No vault. Just more questions. Maybe the greatest curse of Oak Island is that it never gives you closure."